Africa. Be cool. Nah, me, here we go. I say,
Honesty the great.
welcome to my party. We drinking, dancing, section filled with parties. Girls getting naughty, ATL is bubbling. I'ma get stay falling, I'ma link you up with bodies. Let me know if you want to fall in, at the falling. I'm on my way, I'm coming. ATL is calling for me. I'm on my way, at the falling.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're tuning in today. My name is Chu. Welcome back to The Late Debate, where we discuss some of the most diverse, trending, controversial topics in the diaspora. Now, today's topic may seem simple, but it's not if you really think about it. What is the American dream? Now, we have a diverse cast here, and depending on where you're coming from, depending on where your parents raised you, also, depending on your culture, your ethnicity, that can mean multiple different things. So, we're gonna get right into it. What is the American dream when it comes to you and your culture? We're gonna start with Mozzie. Mozzie, to you, what do you think the American dream is?
Now, how I feel about it, the American dream is doing whatever you want to do when you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Taking advantage of the opportunities that you see in front of you. But I feel like for example, my parents' generation, they were more so pushing, go to school, get a job, work till you 65, and then retire. Like, the life expectancy, 83 years old, you feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, that don't make sense. And on the same token, I feel like, foreigners, they be looking at it like, man, y'all got this shit easy. What y'all got going on? Like, why y'all not doing some more shit? But they also got to realize there's some more shit going on over here. You feel what I'm saying? Like, real shit. But, like I said, shit, I'm going to just rock out with what I got. Like, I don't need to be worried about other people's perspective personally.
Hey, Jamira, how do you feel about that? What's your American dream?
I feel like the American dream is basically go to school, then you get out of school and you go to college, and then from college you're supposed to get married and have a family. But our generation is really not on that shit. Like, we're a generation of entrepreneurs and things of that nature. And I also feel like that about younger foreign black people. That's all I can speak on is black people. Younger foreign black people, they also feel the same way about entrepreneurship. But just like Mozzie just said, our parents teach us to go to school, get a job, then go get married. But we just not on that shit. So
I feel like it need to get deeper because, I travel a lot, you know what I'm saying? So just experiencing different people, different places, like a lot of folks on some worker shit. Like the boss shit really ain't in everybody. That's not in everybody's perspective. So I can't even say that. That's not everybody's American dream, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just our privilege because the opportunity you feel that we get.
I can't even see no foreigner not believing in the American dream. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go to the gas station,
Everything
when you go to Chinese restaurant, they all come here to build the foundation,
The financial foundation.
That's what I think. I think the American dream is simply the fact that in America you have the freedom to be who the fuck you want to be.
Fair.
That's really what it is. This is literally the #1 country that, advertises be your fucking self. You get me? Because that's what an American is. That's why, man, this thing grinds my gears. But when I travel, they see me as an American. It's crazy, because I walk with that energy.
Even in the country you're from?
I haven't been there in a long time. Since I left, actually. So go back to find out because I'm going. But in other countries, they see American before they see anything else because I have that energy. I walk around like I'm me. I dress like me because it's like you go in other countries, they have cultures. They have, and then the American, that's like, I don't give a fuck about what nobody says. You walk in and, But I'm going to get into how this shit is cap, okay? The American dream is big cap because it's like what's sold where I'm from. Basically, where I come from is that, you come here, you have the freedom to express yourself, you have the freedom to be what you want to be. But where I'm from, you watch the music videos, you watch the movies, and it's all long hair, big booty girls, blah, blah, blah. And then you come to America, and then they give you like, oh, okay, you could be a millionaire if you want to. You could be blah, 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 blah. Then you come to America, and it's like, bam, racism. You get me? Bam, racism. Like, okay, you got to start at the bottom.
speak your mind.
No, I want to understand. your own people that came back and told us.
No, that's not. But think
Step
about
two,
it.
I'm not done.
I'm answering. You asked the answer, right?
You
asked the
started.
answer, right?
You started.
Let me tell you
You don't know what
something.
embassies
Africans, Hispanic, everybody that comes to America, we all have that same image.
I am not
Because that's what's
responsible for
up.
you being naive.
What are you talking about?
Because you said earlier music videos. Music videos is not
No,
a pick
let me
America.
tell you something.
I'm sorry,
I cannot know the reality of America from Gabon if it ain't based from media, my nigga. I'm not here.
But that's not
It ain't the same thing.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
So you know the words.
What?
Is Nigeria
It's
what
just
it
like
is?
Africa
But
based
is
on
Africa what it is based on what the media
But
is?
Americans
So
know that.
the same way we hold America responsible and accountable for not doing their own research, you just believe in media, why can't you hold
It's not our research.
You're not making sense though.
Where you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
What part of
But
Nigeria?
wait, it doesn't matter.
It
Because
doesn't
why
matter.
would you sit here and compare America where you have access to so many different types of information? In Africa, you're comparing a third world continent, literally a third world continent to a first world.
They don't even know what's going on. Yeah, people in the village that
People on this road have never seen a white
So,
person.
okay, and with that
ever.
being said, how are y'all telling me that the American dream is this if it's not from he say, she say? So you're believing.
That's what we're
Hold
saying.
on.
You are the only person
That is
here.
fine.
It's not making sense.
That is fine. Y'all are speaking, you just said that, yo, people in just in Nigeria don't even know what's going on in each other's village. But yet you know what's going on in America, but you assume it to be facts.
what else you got to know about it?
You're holding a whole country responsible for word of mouth.
That's basically like how a lot of Americans depict Africa as being third world. Like, there's places in Nigeria that's beautiful that look better. Okay, but that is a very simple way to they kick it to us.
I get what you're saying in terms of naivete, but if you really look, if you live in any country, the only way you're gonna learn about other countries without taking a trip to that country is through media. That's the only I understand. We're not arguing that. But just because it's media does not take away from what's factual.
They don't know that.
Alright, your experience is two
So
separate
what
things.
is
Until you go there, you won't find out.
But at the point that you start holding a whole country
Bro,
responsible.
you said that. You brought that out by yourself. And you actually started speaking for America. You said, why you expect me? Like, that's what you know.
Are you Nigerian?
He started speaking
Are you
for
Nigerian?
America.
Are you Nigerian?
He started speaking
Are you
for
Nigerian?
America.
I saw the question.
Where are you from?
Are you from? Are you sure? I'm Nigerian. I think that's what
Like, first off, I know Mike's parents, my cousin's parents, they came over here by winning the lottery and getting a visa.
Right.
What do you associate with the lottery? Is that what you associate with the lottery? When you win the lottery? A better life.
Let me tell you something.
This is the land of opportunity. When I think about the American dream, I don't agree.
That never changed.
Okay.
So why are you?
I'm just answering the question. I want to get back to the question because you went crazy left. Like you went crazy. Bro, the American dream to me, I don't think is you can do anything you want because we all look the same in here, and that's not the case. I think we have the opportunity to do whatever we want if you're ready to jump over all the hurdles that are going to be put in front of you.
That's what it is.
They don't think when they get here they're going to see all the hurdles. That's what it is. But guess what? We also have the will to go do the hand washing job and climb that fucking mountain.
So you thought you was coming to a whole new country to pick money off the floor?
No,
What hurdles did you not expect?
You cannot sit here and tell me that you don't have cousins who will just ask you for money as if they know what's going on.
Yes, because they live in a false reality that's being sold to them by people, but it's not their country. I am not holding that. Yes, I am. That's why you have this argument as we're doing right now.
So you have cousins who will ask you for money, right? As if money grows on trees, right? Because in the media, they see
You're not hearing.
If they were here, no, I don't think you're not hearing us. You're not hearing us.
I heard y'all, but there's a difference between. I'm not blaming them, but I'm also not holding the country responsible for media. Media and country to separate.
What's the average woman in, let's say, my country, Nigeria? What are they doing for a living? The average woman is an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Do they have the opportunity when they step off the plane when they get here?
Yeah.
How?
When they get here,
How?
You said when they get here.
Yeah, when they first get here.
America, they have a usually gotta get your paperwork.
Let's start here. Let's start here. You said what?
Papers.
If they came here the right way, immigration papers should already taken care of, correct?
Yes.
Okay, next question. Hold on, next question.
It's not taken care of.
No, let's keep it.
Do you have the benefits of an entrepreneur?
Guys, let's not put loopholes.
So when
If you want to say papers, if you're coming here correctly, should your papers be in order? Yes or
Open
no?
a business?
No, hold on. We haven't gotten here.
So I think your argument is that people are gullible in terms of what they think the American dream is or what they think the reality of America is because of media. I would think about this too. Media is America's biggest tool.
Yeah.
That's how branding
That's
is
not
America's
true.
biggest tool.
Thank you.
Because the reason why people are gullible in terms of how easy it's supposed to be in America is because America does not promote or advertise the system and the structures in place. Like rent, like working 40 plus hours a day, like minimum wage, like all these things. America does not advertise that. But hold on, America does advertise. America does advertise big houses, luxury, tourism.
But
America advertises.
Hold on, that's the cap. Because let's not have no standard. How many times do you talk about the struggle about Nigeria, or is it Dirty December?
Yes, but
how many times do you talk about Nigeria has this and you can be this, but you forget about everybody who's homeless in Nigeria? How many times you look at the structure between being poor and being rich in Nigeria? What are you talking about? If you want,
Yo, so Christelle, where were you born?
Ivory Coast.
Okay. Now, given what you knew living in Ivory Coast and given the reality you now know in the United States about the opportunities, so on and so forth, do you feel like Americans who live here take full advantage of those opportunities, like the way that your friends and your family members have done?
Honestly speaking, I don't want to say the wrong thing to hurt people, but I feel like being an African, I came in when I was very little, so like I got to see people, people don't really take advantage of what's given to them, And then I'm not trying to talk to about anybody not taking advantage of those situations, but when you come to a country like this, especially come from Africa, things are very difficult. People don't go to school, people don't have money, people don't have food. So when you come to a country like this, the government helps its people. School is given to you, the government is giving you food, housing, everything. So people don't take advantage of it, and they become so lazy to a point they feel like the government is so they have to give them it has to be given to them for them to be normal. And then I feel like people don't, to be successful, you just gotta be smart about it. You don't just take, also manipulate the way what's given to you to make it better, to become successful with it.
And mind you, that's from your perspective, and all you can do is give your perspective.
Yeah.
But everyone has trauma from different aspects of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
So there are things that you've experienced in Ivory Coast that have been traumatic, and there are things that even as an Ivorian coming to the U.S. meeting a Black American, there's traumas in this country that they've experienced that they can attribute to their lack of empathy for the government in general. Benga, how do you feel about that topic?
Jumping off what she just shared about, the way it's a lot difficult here. My experience of, the U.S. when I was in Nigeria, we always saw kids always having fun, the good life, big houses. So my pops was like, okay, we're gonna go to the U.S. A month later, we were in the U.S. Okay, couldn't move. You're here visiting, so you can't get a job, you can't do anything. Had to basically, start from the bottom to the top, stand in line of immigration. getting a fingerprint, having to leave school early. And this is the right way. You get what I'm saying? And it was just so strenuous on the family, just knowing that, okay, we had to miss work just to make sure we could actually work legally here. So that has to be a part of the American dream, but that's not what's being sold outside of the U.S. So once you get here, our family thinks, oh man, you made it to America, y'all made it. No, they don't know that shit. We still basically back at home.
Doing the
And we
dirtiest
here
job.
doing the dirtiest jobs, and then they be like, oh man, Africans are coming to take over. Yeah, because we do everything to make sure our families are good.
That's not bashing anyone.
So that's not bashing anybody, and then Americans, no offense, say, oh, Africans think they all that because No, because shit, we come here and we do better than y'all a year or two after we get here.
Well,
And y'all look at us
I
like,
think it's that.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think you can really say that. to be
No,
honest.
it's kind of
from
like.
my experience, that's what I'm talking about. My
I mean,
experience.
I understand
Because
that.
also I'm in the IT world, and it's like that. Once they find out you're Nigerian, they're like, oh, so what are your certifications? And once you lose your certifications, oh, so you feel like you're better than everybody? Like,
I
it
think
gets like that.
I think it's
I
more so.
understand that, but I also understand the other side of things, being that being black in America is actually really hard.
Yeah.
You have to think about it. Our parents instill these types of values in us from so little. There's people that are in this country who nobody in their family went to school.
Yeah.
Our parents went to school even back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody in the family has ever went to school. They're gonna be the first high school educated, college educated people in their family.
Yeah.
So you can't expect them to be like, oh, this is such a priority for me, because that's not instilled in them. And you have to think, like, I just feel like when I think about situations like this, I have to put those types of things in perspective. We come here with a drive like no other, because education is very important in our country, even though it is a third world country. It's very important. To be educated is very important.
I feel like
Go ahead.
I feel like it comes from just like the head start they have here. You get what I'm saying?
not a head
No.
start.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Because it's like we have to start by taking a plane to even start with the McDonald's job. You get what I'm saying? Because like somebody coming from Africa to even get a job at McDonald's here is a big deal. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, you're here, you're born here, you have the papers. Imagine somebody that doesn't have the papers. Can't even work at McDonald's because they don't have the papers. So that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I get that.
so
But that might be your stepping stone.
that's
That might be
that's
their last
one
step.
perspective. No, but that's their perspective, because it's like, okay, this is the example I always use. Where I'm from, there's places where hot water comes out the shower. There's places where you have to boil the hot water. So it's about we all struggling, but where did you start with your struggle? You get me? Because like when I grew up, I used to be up at 5 a.m. boiling water to make sure that the whole family could take a hot shower before we go. Yes, but over here, it's like, okay, this person is struggling with whatever, but they're struggling with hot shower. You get what I'm saying? It's like you're mad at the government, but you can still take a hot shower.
You gotta take it a step deeper.
That is an excuse. That is an excuse.
No, it ain't no excuse. You gotta take it a step deeper. You gotta think about it like this. Like, for example, like in the community I came up in, it was just like, shit, if you're not moving this way, it's like, man, what the hell you doing? Like, you really gotta move. Like, it's basically like, if you're not moving in the streets, like, what are you doing? And a lot of people that move in the streets and get fucked up and can't even move the other way. I don't see what you're saying, because what I'm saying is, from a jit, you are taught, like, bro, if you're not moving like this, you're a dub. You're a
I'm talking about
like, bro, you
basic
can't even,
human needs. That's what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, but you don't know what's going on in the hood.
I get that.
It's
I'm
in the hood
talking
that
about
hot
the
water.
availability of basic human needs. That's what I mean.
It's either way, it's fine. I feel like in America, we are more manipulated than what y'all, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like we're manipulated. If you say we're not manipulated, bro, you tripping.
Not more than us. Not more than us.
I think there's a misconception.
What you mean?
Well, there's a hood in every country in the world.
I feel what you're saying.
Let me tell you something. There are people that come from our country and get deported for doing the same shit. Understand that somebody in that elementary school, somebody in that middle school, somebody in that high school, in that same hood, chose to make a different decision. That we cannot ignore that. To take advantage of the American dream.
Let's
I want to go around from where we started from. I get what Mozzie was saying when she said they show you some shit on the TV and then boom, you get over here, we broke as fuck.
Yeah.
I have experienced that when my friends that went back home to Nigeria, we on FaceTime, they're like, you must be rich. No, my nigga, I'm broke as fuck. It ain't what you think it is. And then I get what Akeem is saying, because he's saying, oh, they sold you a dream, but the country is not responsible for it, but they definitely sold you the American dream. And I want to rotate back to what Tess said when she said, it's people over here that don't have access to this, don't have access to that, but my family don't got shit. And I am the first motherfucker to get a college degree. Okay? So I saw what the fuck my mom was doing, what my dad was doing, and it wasn't working for them. So it would be very ignorant for me to continue that same pattern. I need to do some different shit. I need to take advantage of the things around me. But also, some people don't have that mindset. I had teachers in my life. I had other mentors in my life around the community and shit. Some people just don't get that shit. They just left behind. Like,
getting called a nerd in a lane, so
I
it
was
was okay.
explaining that to my dad one day. Like, we was having a full-blown conversation. My dad was like, man, like, sometimes I just don't understand. I'm like, Dad, like, I grew up in a 3-car garage house. Like, there's people like the next neighborhood over that probably just didn't have food to eat. Like, you cannot compare people being lazy, this, that. Like, you can't just call people, you don't know what people are going through.
Exactly.
There's so many different things that people go through that can mold them into the human being that they are today. Like, why they think, some people, he said streets is their life. That's what they grew up. Like, if you're not doing the streets, you're going to die. And that's the way their brain is programmed.
It's not necessarily brain, because the environment. That's the way, because of their environment, that's the way their
But
brain
guess
is
what?
programmed.
The thing is, I'm not hearing no accountability here. At the end of the day, whatever is put in front of us, you get what? That's what I'm saying, Mozzie. That's what I'm trying to say. Everybody that fell into the system, you get what I'm saying? There's a way out. There's a way out, Mozzie. I don't care what it is. There is a way out. Like, we know that they are against us, but we know countless of people who made it out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one thing if it's dead ass, we can't do shit. But we know people. See, Jameer is an example of her family. You get me? You made it out of the routine of what you know. You get me? Why?
I think y'all Mozzie, quick question. What do you think is harder? For somebody who has nothing to come here on the lottery and start from scratch, or the average Black American that's born here, raised here, and lived here all their life?
And Mozzie, before you answer that question, let me touch on something that nobody's really thinking about. You guys are saying harder this, harder that.
What is hard?
Because why? She had mentors, she had things.
Thank you, Chu. That's exactly what I was finna say, bro.
So
exactly what I was
you
finna say.
look for that. So guys, just really hear this out. Really hear this out. You have to know that you are a sum of your environment. You are a sum of the people around you. And if you don't have those key things around you, it's hard for you to understand you have a choice.
Exactly.
That's one thing you have to
It's hard for you
understand.
to understand you have a choice.
Yes, exactly. It's hard for you. You still have a choice, but it's hard for you to understand. It's all psychological. So when we come to that conclusion, if you think about it, every place has a ghetto. Every place has a rich place. Every place has a ghetto. Every place has a slum, so on and so forth. But every place also has a situation where you have somebody who has an influence, or you have somebody who has no influence. And that's what the breaking factor is. My parents didn't move down here, moved here from Lagos, from Nigeria, just because they had people around them who had influence, who said, okay, if you go to that country, there's opportunity. The American dream is an environment where you have the opportunity to pursue your goals. You have a structure, you have a platform, a place, a you could say level playing field. It's getting leveler by the day. So in the comments below, make sure you comment below. Tell us your American dream. Tell us where you come from, what your family is going through, has been through, what it took for you to come to America. Or tell us what your American dream is in the place where you're located at. Appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Keep those comments rolling. Like, share, subscribe, everything.
Let me know if you want to fall in, like the falling. I'm on my way.